Hey, Riddle here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. I wanted to talk today about not damaging people around you or your children when they have beautiful, raw, creative talent. I was working out in the yard the other day, and I built a large outdoor art display in the forest, and it's become a thing where I live, and people hike like 3 miles to experience it because it's an experience, the glitter realm. So it was a cool way for me to make something for the community during the pandemic, that they could come and bring their kids or just have this really beautiful outdoor space that was safe and inspirational. So people hike from a local park 2.5, 3 miles one way just to come and check out this thing that I've created. Now, originally when I was making the display, I have some neighbors, they're elderly, very conservative, if you know what I mean. And even though it's my property, my private property, there's just kind of an agreement with the neighbors that you can, hike up through my property to get to the hiking trail. And then, of course, that trail continues the opposite direction where people are coming from. So my neighbors initially, I know they thought when I started to create this space that it was weird, because really, in a really extreme way, Americans aren't exposed to art or beauty or a lot of difference. We're a very conservative culture, more conservative than we realize. And it doesn't leave much room for innovation and creativity when it comes to being an artist. So I was out there working on the maintenance of this space, and some women had come up and they were praising me and thanking me for the space. And one of the women had said that she was an artist. She's a photographer. And she was telling me that about her daughter, her daughter, and that how, she's very connected to her creativity and her work. She really connects to the 60s and the whole psychedelic thing. And that, they're always asking her, if she's high or if she's on drugs and they thought that was cute and they thought that was permissible. But what you don't understand is, when you're an artist or when you're just trying to figure yourself out and who you are, or even if you're just expressing yourself, and this happens a lot with my work, and you make this object, you bring this object into the world that is unfamiliar with people, they automatically associate this type of originality and creativity with drugs. And when someone says to you, wow, man, you must have been on drugs when you did that, or wow, what were you taking when you made that? That is really insulting. It's disregarding your intelligence, because this is what most people don't understand because of our lack of culture and our lack of connection to art, especially here in the United States, is that what other species makes art? What other species or how many people can come up with an idea, in your neuro pathways, in your synapses, and then bring that idea through your body and bring it into the world as a 3-dimensional object? That is not a novel thing. That is not just creativity. You're so creative. That is called intelligence, and it's a very specialized form of human intelligence. And if it wouldn't have been for that form of intelligence, we wouldn't be where we are today. And entire cultures would have disappeared without us knowing about them, because there'd be no one to document those cultures on cave walls and pyramids and what have you. So if you have a child or a friend or somebody who is making original artwork, they're not just copying. Copying, I mean, it is talent, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily you're an artist because you can copy. I wouldn't say that it's the most intelligent form of creativity, copying. I think that real artists that make their mark in the world, they're original, and they're original because they either have enough confidence or enough support to move forward with their own vision. So if you have a child or a friend or a relative that is making something unusual, something original, don't dismiss their intelligence by attributing that to them being high or being on drugs, because it's super disrespectful and it's super ignorant. That's it. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And please share this video with artists or people that are curious about a career in the arts or contributing to culture. Because ultimately, when you're an artist, you may not get rich and famous, especially when you're alive, but you also may, because there's a lot of very, very prolific, wealthy artists out there. But the fact is, you are contributing more than you can imagine in your lifetime. Because ultimately, in America, everyone's going to ask you, so you make a living doing that? Or, so how much do you sell that for? Or how much are you making? Or, oh, if you did this, you could sell that and you could... Oh, they don't get the point. They don't get the point. Who was Van Gogh's doctor? Who was Vincent Van Gogh's lawyer? Nobody knows and nobody cares. But that man, through his focus and knowing who he was and pushing through his suffering, has made a permanent contribution and mark to our civilization. And it's as simple as that, along with hundreds of other great artists. Okay, bye.